Hello, I'm Kara Cupcake and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what I ate in a week as a vegan. I'm going to be showing you some of my go-to recipes as well as some of my favorite products that I've discovered along the way. I eat leftovers quite often, and I also use recipes that include ingredients that can be incorporated into other meals throughout the week. I eat the same breakfast pretty much every single day. I'm boring, I know. For that reason, I'm going to be showing breakfast that I enjoy on occasion to keep the video refreshing. With all that being said, let's get started. For Monday's breakfast, I'm going to be making what I usually eat on a daily basis. Sometimes I start off with a cup of coffee. This is just some unsweetened almond milk. Don't add in sugar or anything like that. I don't always have creamer on hand. For the most part, I just drink some almond milk and coffee. Then I line up the ingredients for my oatmeal. It consists of peanut butter, banana, cinnamon, and flax seeds. I make it in the microwave even though I prefer it over the stove. This is just the quick and convenient way of doing it. As they're cooking, I peel a banana. I mash one half of the banana for the oatmeal and then reserve the other half to slice for topping. Once the oats are done, I just throw the rest of the ingredients into the bowl. That is the mashed banana, 2 heaping spoonfuls of my favorite peanut butter, some flax seeds, which I should have waited to add until I added the cinnamon. This cinnamon, it doesn't come out that easily. I really have to pat it, and sometimes too much cinnamon comes out. But that's besides the point. I give it a good stir, then add on the sliced banana along with an additional sprinkle of flax seeds. And that is my go-to breakfast every day. So quick and satisfying and easy. This is my go-to snack. It is just a serving of baby carrots and grapes along with a couple spoonfuls of Sabra roasted red pepper hummus. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. One of my favorite snacks, that's all. For lunch, I had a black bean corn salad bowl. I just kind of threw it all together real quick. It has black beans, red onions, cherry tomatoes, corn on the cob, some avocado, and a squeeze of lime juice. I could have used canned corn, but this was sitting in my cupboard, so I used that up. That was my quick lunch. For dinner, I made vegan crab cakes because everyone was having fish fillets. They held up pretty well, some better than others, but overall they were really good. My mom made some fried potatoes. I had that with some peas. I put some ketchup on the side of my potatoes, and that was what I had for dinner. For dessert, I had a few Larabar bites in the flavor of caramel sea salt. These were on sale at Target, and I've been meaning to try Larabar bites. I love Larabars, so I figured why not. And these are amazing. Definitely recommend. On Tuesday, I took and lightly toasted a couple slices of my favorite bread. Dave's Killer bread is the best bread. I peeled and sliced a banana, then I spread some peanut butter onto the toast, topped it off with the sliced banana, and sprinkled some chia seeds on top. I love the combination of peanut butter and banana. I had this meal with a glass of almond milk, and this makes for a delicious, quick breakfast. For my snack on Tuesday, I had the same thing that I had on the previous day, which was some baby carrots, grapes, and hummus. For lunch, I made a salad using this half and half mix. To the salad, I added in these tossables by Nasoya. They are balsamic vinaigrette tofu cubes. I discovered them a couple weeks ago. They are super delicious. I added in some red onions, some cherry tomatoes, baby cucumbers, and these orange flavored dried cranberries. I only sprinkle a small portion on top just to give a hint of sweetness. I also recently discovered how awesome sunflower kernels are in a salad. Sprinkle some of those on top. They add in extra protein and a nice crunch. I finished my salad by adding on some Ken's balsamic vinaigrette. That was my lunch for Tuesday afternoon. For dinner, I had lentils in marinara over spaghetti. I love to make this when I'm running short on time and on ingredients. Closer to the time that your lentils are done cooking, you begin to make your pasta. I water sauteed some mushrooms and a green pepper to add on top. I plated that up along with the veggies. That is what I had for dinner on Tuesday night. On Wednesday, I made a hearty green smoothie. This is good for when I need something light but satiating at the same time. It consists of frozen bananas, oats, almond milk, spinach, and flaxseed. I was going to add avocado, but I opted out and decided to use that for a later recipe. Plus, the smoothie is already creamy enough with the oats alone. Blend that up, and once that's done, I screw on the lid attachment since this is a single serve cup and drink it straight from there. And that is my other favorite breakfast. For my snack, I had some more of those Lara bar bites. For lunch, I made a chickpea salad sandwich using a recipe from a cookbook that my grandmother got me, but you can find plenty of variations for chickpea salad online. I finally came across the chipotle mayo that I had been looking for a long time. I only ever saw it online, but luckily I found it at a Walmart near me. I am very glad that I finally got a chance to try it. You can whip this up effortlessly in a matter of minutes. I slapped it on a sandwich along with some lettuce and tomato. I had it with some baby carrots and grapes because I didn't have that for my snack, so I wanted a fresh fruit and veggie side, and that is what I had for lunch. For dinner, I baked a sweet potato, and as the sweet potato was baking, I cooked some rice over the stove, and as the rice was cooking, I steamed some broccoli in a bag. I made a hummus dressing by taking some hummus and watering it down until it became a dressing-like consistency. I put everything into a bowl. I also used up some of the black beans from Monday. That was my dinner bowl. I forgot to season the rice, so please do that, otherwise it will be bland. On Thursday, I had a bagel with strawberries and cream cheese. These Thomas Bagel Thins are vegan. You just have to check the packaging. I poured some of this cacao chia seed pudding into a container and topped it with some cacao nib. I scored big when I went bargain hunting this week. I got the Lara bar bites on sale, some cacao powder on sale, as well as the cacao nibs. Then I cut up some strawberries to put on top of the bagel, and then I spread that with some WIEIAW brand cream cheese. I usually use Go Veggie cream cheese, but they didn't have that in stock, so I ended up with the WIEIAW cream cheese, and that was what I had for breakfast. For lunch, I had another salad. This is pretty similar to the one that I made on Tuesday. However, I did have to omit the cucumbers because they went bad. Other than that, that was my lunch. For dinner, I made this ultimate vegan cheese sauce. I like it for the simple fact that it uses cannellini beans instead of cashews. Just throw everything into a blender with some spices, combine the mixture, heat that over medium heat, boil your preferred pasta of choice, stir the pasta into the sauce, and there you are, you're done. I steamed some frozen broccoli to mix into mine, and that was my dinner for Thursday night. On Friday, I drained and pressed a block of firm tofu to make a tofu scramble. I let it press for a little over an hour and went jogging while it did so, and to hold me over, I had a banana with some coffee. I chopped up onion, garlic, and green pepper to add into the skillet. I started to saute that. Then I crumbled the tofu and added your typical tofu scramble seasonings and spices. Once the tofu was heated thoroughly, I plated it with some toast. I added on some vegan butter and some chia jam. I think I added a little bit too much chia jam, but it's okay. Remember the chickpea salad from Wednesday? Welp, I am taking that and putting it on a bed of greens, the ones that I could salvage. That is, I sliced up some tomato and put that on the side, and that was what I had for lunch. I was snacking on some sunflower seeds, but then I figured I might as well try and eat up the grapes, so that's what I did. For dinner, I made extra servings of rice, heated up some black beans, and some frozen corn to make a burrito bowl. I mashed a quarter of the avocado with some lime juice and put that on top with some salsa. There's my Friday night dinner. On Saturday, I made a vegan breakfast burrito. I took and diced a russet potato and tossed that in some cumin and chili powder. As the potatoes were roasting, I reheated the tofu scramble and black beans and rice over low heat. Then I took a multigrain tortilla. Don't use multigrain tortillas, that's all I had on hand. As you can see, they break easily and they don't really make good burritos. I sliced up the remaining avocado, put that on the tortilla, then I put on the scrambled tofu, the black beans and rice, and the roasted potatoes. I added on some salsa and tried to wrap that up. It went well at first, then as I ate it, it became a disaster, but you know what? It still tasted good, so that's all that matters. For lunch, I reheated some more of that pasta. I added a little bit of non-dairy milk just so that the sauce doesn't dry out during the reheating process. I took some more steamed broccoli and added that in, and that was my lunch for Saturday afternoon. For dinner, I made lentil soup. I used to eat soup out of the can a lot, but then I figured it's cheaper and healthier to make my own. Found this recipe not too long ago, and it is the best lentil soup recipe I have ever tried. Some of the steps do involve a little bit more work, but it is worth it, I can assure you that. I didn't have any of the greens that the recipe called for on hand, so I used spinach. I have a decent serving of this soup each time, and that was my dinner. On Sunday, I had a very simple breakfast, which was yogurt and granola. I used the Silk soy vanilla yogurt and topped it off with the Love Crunch dark chocolate and red berries granola. This is currently my favorite granola. I do have to say one thing that I've noticed about most granolas. Much like a cereal box, all of the goods are at the bottom, and you have to dig just to find them. Yeah, just an observation. That was my breakfast. For lunch, I wanted to have something that I hadn't had in a while, and that turned out to be a veggie burger. I paired it alongside these Farm-Wise cauliflower rings. These actually specify that they're vegan, so that makes my life so much easier. I've had the broccoli fries before, the broccoli and sweet potato tots. I've never had the carrot fries before, and I've also never had the cauliflower rings before. I heated those up in the oven until they were nice and crispy. While the cauliflower rings were in the oven, I made a field roast field burger. These are my favorite veggie burgers. They're made of entirely vegetables rather than soy protein, as most veggie burgers are. These are the rolls that my family buys. I love these rolls, they love these rolls, and they're vegan, so it's a win-win for all of us. I didn't put anything fancy on my burger, just some lettuce, tomato, and onion, and a little bit of that chipotle mayo. Not long after the burger was done, the cauliflower rings were also done as well. I put them around the burger along with a dollop of ketchup, and that was my lunch. I took a few seconds to admire this meal because I don't eat veggie burgers that often. As for the cauliflower rings, I enjoyed them very much. Props go to the burger because this burger is everything. I went to my grandparents' house to make up for their grandparents' day dinner that we had to postpone, and we had a salad and baked potato bar going on. Usually when we cook for my grandparents, we end up cooking too much, and they're light eaters anyway, so we figured this would be the perfect dinner for all of us. I brought a can of Amy's organic chili to heat up and put on my baked potato. I also brought some nooch to sprinkle on top. If you have never had a baked potato with nooch, I suggest you try it. Once I dished up my salad, I put on this Modern Meal salad topper. I used my trusty Ken's balsamic vinaigrette, and that is what I had for dinner at my grandparents' house. I enjoy treating myself for a couple of days out of every month to foods that I typically don't eat on a regular basis, hence the veggie burger and now this vegan chocolate chip cookie dough for one. It's the perfect serving size. I use these Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. These are my favorite vegan chocolate chips. Add that in there and you're left with this decadent cookie dough. On Monday, I had more of the Love Crunch granola along with some banana and almond milk. I had that with a cup of coffee, and that was my breakfast. I'm back at it with the grapes again. But instead of having roasted red pepper hummus, I tried this artichoke spinach hummus. If that's not enough of a difference for you, I'm sorry. For lunch, I had some leftover lentil soup. Soup is one of those things that gets better after it sits in the fridge for a couple of days. It really allows the flavors to mend together. And that is what I had for my lunch. For a small snack before dinner, I had a cashew cookie Larabar. Fun fact, this was the first flavor of Larabar that I ever tried, and I was not fond of it at first. I tried more flavors along the way, and eventually this one grew on me over time. Tacos were on the menu for dinner this night. I decided to take some of the refried black beans and put it onto the taco. I had these Daya cheddar style shreds in the back of my refrigerator. They were going to expire soon. After I put on the cheese, I topped my bean taco with lettuce, tomato, and onion, and served it with a side of Mexican corn. Although it might not seem like a lot, it was plenty for me, and that was my dinner on Monday night. I believe that concludes this video. I hope you found something that you may want to add to your menu sometime in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye.